What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. So, in between episodes, I pushed up north into this part of the Horns of the South. I took care of that bounty right here. We found a Shrine of a Bear. Then we found an ancient cave, which I didn't want to mess with. And we found this little place here that didn't give us a map marker. We also we got randomly attacked by a flock of bees. And then when we killed said flock of bees, a mysterious messenger appeared and said we had an invitation from the queen. And coronation looks like hope, or confrontation looks like hope, is over here. Not sure how to get here, because there's a giant water ravine. Maybe it's here, hidden in the water, because it is there. It's just grayed out a little, so maybe it wraps. And then, of course, we have these two side quests for the horns. We have the lenses and eye of the sage, and spread your wings. So I do want to check a bunch of the stuff here. Shadow of the horns is there, too. You can cut that way north from this side, though. So, anyways, I figured we would go back here. We'll take care of the lenses and eye of the sage. And if we had time, I'd go back up and check this cave. Let's get on with it. Honestly, didn't expect it to travel us that quickly. It was instant. Here's that big sage-like building. We have whispers from King Arthur, so we also have a skill level up. Let's place that. What do you know about this place, Arthur? Do you know what the cromlechs were for?
That's a question better suited for Merlin if he was still around. I always thought it was where his druids got drunk and danced naked in the moonlight. He was terribly offended when I said that.
No naked frolicking for Merlin, I guess.
About the delicate balance of life and death, how they are intertwined within nature. That, he claimed, was what the cromlechs were meant to be. The heart of their power. A place where it could be harnessed and cultivated. Still, he never invited me to any of their celebrations. He always did hate when I was right.
So naked frolicking then. Alright, let's get a level up before we head on in here. So, I think what I'm going to do is get this up to 10. Make it an even number. You all know how I hate uneven numbers. And then in the skill tree, where were we? So we have heavy attacks while wielding two-handed. Oh, sorry, while wielding two weapons. Heavy attacks. Increase damage with one-handed. Increase physical damage by 2%. We're not using a heavy weapon, so that doesn't matter much to us. When below 30% health, increase melee damage by 30%. Would be good in clutch moments, but there might be something more immediately relevant to us. In shields, well, within shields, we can get an extra 5% damage out of that. Block drains 10 less stam. Parrying with a shield has a 10% chance to slow the attacker. Dexterity is the parry window stuff. Parrying increases critical chance by 20% for the next attack. And when you parry, you have a 3% chance to stun. Parry projectiles to deflect them could be spicy. Parrying increases lifesteal. We aren't using any lifesteal stuff. Spirituality is irrelevant to us. Perception is not so relevant either, unless we want to go into the critical hit tree, which we could. Eventually, at least. And then in practicality, that's where our armor stat is at. So, if we go in here, we can increase the armor by 4. We can receiving melee damage returns 25% of it back to the attacker. That could be pretty spicy. But we're also parrying a lot, so we shouldn't get hit if we're playing correctly, so maybe not actually. That's 10% damage reduction. What about... Okay, well, what's the crafting stuff looking like? That's selling. In statuses, we have exploitation of afflictions. Okay, no. Movement is not going to be relevant to us. Attack speed could be cool if we went way down the line, but I don't feel like doing that right now either. And so, I don't think we need more damage. I don't think we... Maybe we do shields, honestly. During block, your shield has a 100% chance to reflect each arrow and throwable. Okay, so that just reflects everything. Throwable-wise, so we'll be able to block everything anybody ever tosses at us. That's kind of cool. Increase max health. Each enemy killed increases your damage by 5% up to 50. That's kind of spicy. And each enemy killed increases your max stamina by 5 up to 30. As long as we don't heal in combat, we get these, but that relies on us never healing. And I gotta make a decision. 2% crit chance is not gonna cut it, at least not yet. We cut up the parry window, but it's only by 0.2 seconds. Parry projectiles, not lifesteal. Parry increases critical chance for the 20% for the next hit. And stun. Man, what do I do? Maybe this? Man, I'm stuck. I don't know what skill point I want to use here. This is a parry build, so it feels like we should buff the parry. Let's get the 20% critical chance. That's a significant chunk. And that tree is pretty much left alone now for us. Alright, let's get inside the frolicking zone. I hope we won't be naked frolicking. Oh, there's nothing here. Perform the ritual with venison, onion, and garlic.
Check it out. They did it. Somebody did it.
Impossible.
See, someone's here.
What are you, the ghost of Christmas past?
Damned morons.
Nobody could be stupid enough to actually fall for this.
And yet...
Hey, you there. We can't exactly see you because, you know, we're dead. But we can sense that you're
What
here.
exactly did I fall for? Because a man from the horns sent me here.
You've made it to the sacred site of knowledge.
Is that what we called it? I can't believe this shit. They actually fell for it. I can't believe it.
I know, right?
So these two chuckle fucks are
The
druids.
knowledge you seek, the knowledge we druids decided to share with you is that... you can kiss our dead magical asses and get the hell back to wherever you came from.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, joke's on me here, I guess. But what if I don't? Wait, explain yourselves.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They always need answers, don't they?
Right.
What did you expect? A monster fight?
At least.
Some grand artifact to carry you back home?
I didn't expect to be surprised by a monster.
No monsters here. At least none you can fight.
That treasure would have been nice.
Yeah, you people and your treasures.
You remembered to take something with you?
Not really.
Here. Here's your artifact.
You must carry it with you at all times or else. I can't. I just can't.
These fucking guys.
Now scrap.
Okay. Should I tell Herbert the truth about the surprise the druids had prepared for people like him? Yeah, I think I will, because he needs an ego check. Yeah, druids really aren't the all-encompassing people that you would expect them to be in this game, huh? They're just shitposters. They definitely came out here and naked frolicked. I don't care what any druid says. Merlin is a liar if he says they didn't do that. So there is the spread your wings. Let's go... Yeah, let's get spread your wings done, and then I can circle back to take care of some of that stuff. But I'm right here on the other quest too, so I might as well get it, right? There's also all these little creepy statues along this way. With the red glowing eyes. They look like children. And I did go into a good druid's hut. That's what the place was called. Do I die if I drop in there like that? Screw it. Let's go up. Bears are very beefy in this game, by the way. Yeah. Very beefy. And beefier. Take the bear stuff, because that seems like it'd be kind of rare, or at least difficult to get. This sword glows so cool, too. It's literally like a lightsaber. Bloodthorn. That's iron ore. We don't need iron. I will lockpick this chest, though. What's my goodies? Cheese pie. Way too late on that. I'm just glad they can't disease me in this game. Running around in Skyrim, every time one of those hits you, you get like a disease. Skyrim is just full of STDs. Alright, so this is the big ancient cave I was telling you guys about. No idea what this is. It's a big old door though. Mistbearer's Den. And then if we went back down this way, that would take us to the little cave around this side. But we got fast travels to get back to that, so let's go take care of the other quest we had up here. Since the Druids one turned out to be such a bust. He literally just laughed at us and called us an asshole. But it accurately describes Herber and his kind of personality type. Smarter than everybody else in the room. It's one of those kind of people. Which I don't think anybody enjoys to be around. You know, the kind of people that would correct you if you make like the slightest mistake in anything you say. Like the kind of person where you say you feel nauseous and they're like, no, it's actually the way you say that is nauseated. Which, I mean, it's true, but do you really need to say it, you know? Yes, indeed. And we're doing so much damage there after the parry because it's consuming all their stamina, so they just can't do anything about anything. And that gives us 100% bonus damage, just free double damage on landing a parry. Which is beautiful. This build is very beefy, and I'll definitely mine the meteorite while I'm here. Those ones seem a little rare to run into, and this is the vibe you get when it's nighttime. The world becomes very creepy when it's nighttime. Definitely has a certain tone to it, doesn't it? I would love to actually explore this during the day though, because I cannot see shit. So I wouldn't know if I just ran by like a really cool dungeon somewhere or something. I would have no idea. Let's see if we can get a little lower and drop into this place. Looks like we might be able to manage it here without taking too much damage from the drop. Indeed. Here's our free levels and whatever. Okay, you look like an undead, so let's save up. Interesting looking weapon you have.
But our crows are not. I don't know what could have gone wrong. Maybe I misheard. Maybe I mixed up the names of the villagers. Oh no. They're here, aren't they?
Right behind you. We actually met this guy locked up in a cage.
Over my dead.
They were slaving and I agreed to help him kill these people.
However, it just so happens you're too valuable for us to simply kill you.
I'm not going with you. You won't take me alive.
Calm yourself, Vidar. You know exactly what you did, and why you'll cooperate with us willingly. Well done, Hatchling, for bringing Vidar to us. Your efforts will not go unnoticed.
What's going on here?
Exactly what it looks like. We're taking Vidar. He's far too valuable to simply let him die. I'd advise against interfering.
I'd advise not making threats that your ass can't back up. Actually, I'm with Vidar. We came here to take you out.
Oh. Perhaps you'd like to learn just who you're risking your neck for. Vidar probably spun you some tale of being a harmless Pict. A scholar of the Wyrdness, captured by cruel bandits?
Yes. So what?
So Vidar's a scourge to his own people. He's been hunting his own kin for years. He's the one driving the Picts from the region. If you support him and let him go, you may as well start hunting them yourself. The two of you can enjoy your genocidal romance together. And meanwhile, Avalon will lose the only force capable of fighting the horrors of the Wyrdness. Frankly, it's quite reckless.
So why do you want him? What do you plan to do with Vidar?
Oh, nothing terrible. Since he's been thinning out his own tribe, those best versed in the Wyrdness, we'll use him as a bargaining chip. We'll hand him over to his kin and let them decide his fate. In return, we hope to gain a scholar of the Wyrdness willing to work with us of his own free will. It's not a bad solution, wouldn't you agree? Believe me, we don't have to be enemies. In fact, we can help each other.
Is this true, Vidar?
The only ones I killed are children of Morrigan. Yes, some of them were Picts. But once you swear yourself to that wretched order, you stop being human. That's why they lured me here, don't you see? I've slain those who murdered my kin, not the other way around.
Ah, so this is the bedtime story you tell yourself so you can sleep at night. How quaint. I only kill the wicked. I only hunt the guilty. Sure. Tell me, Vidar, when did you start deciding who still counts as human? That sounds worse than anything the children of Morrigan ever did.
Okay. How could we possibly help each other?
The children of Morrigan are dedicated to Avalon's well-being. Naturally, we operate from the shadows. We've long realized that working that way yields better results than marching under Camelot's banner in broad daylight. That's our purpose. Securing resources like scholars of the Wyrdness, guiding those in power to serve the people's needs. And we need more wise souls to join our cause. So, are you interested in joining our organization? Ready to take on the mission of restoring Avalon? All it'll cost you is leaving Vidar in our care.
I have some questions first.
Undoubtedly. Yet sometimes in life you have to take what one would call a leap of faith. I trusted you to make the right choice. Now you'll have to trust me, because I already told you more than I should have.
You know, he doesn't actually seem as bad as he made it out to be. She won't tell me more about the children of Morrigan though, but apparently she is. They're an order that works for the good of Avalon, but everybody who does evil shit says that they're working for the good, and then it turns out that they're actually not. So... Alright, well, the thing is, this guy lied to me. And he's not really defending himself here, but he flat out lied to me to get me here to make me try and kill these people. He told me that they were just bloodthirsty, warmongering subhumans, essentially, that just slave and kill and murder people. And now that we're here, they're not going to kill him, and they're also not going to kill me. In fact, it seems like they want me to join, so... I just gotta take a leap of faith, like she said. I'm gonna side with them. If he won't be killed, alright. I'd like to know more.
Very wise. Edgar, please take our guest to a safe place. I'm pleased you're with us, Hatchling. This is Luth, your new superior.
Full armor.
From now on, he'll be assigning the tasks you need to complete the rise within our ranks.
Oh, this is a
If
guild?
you do well, we'll meet again soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must tend to our Pictish guest.
Very cool looking gear. Oh, he's not voiced. Yeah, he's not. We dealt with before moving in, and I've got no interest in handling that job myself. Also, if you find anything interesting, bring it back. You'll take care of it for me, won't you, birdie? Hold on, before I do anything, I want to know more about the children of Morrigan. Ah yes, I suppose you deserve some kind of introduction, but know that very few are afforded such a luxury. Most people would call us enemies of what they think is good. But I believe the world requires balance. In balance, nothing is purely good or evil. It just is. I thought the children of Morrigan worked with bandits. Depends on the bandits. When a group is simply trying to survive, our goals often align. Yes, we sometimes form alliances. But if they're just thugs burning villages for fun, then naturally, we don't support that. We remove their leaders if we think the band could be set on the right path. True, some of our recruits started out as ordinary bandits, but thanks to us, they have the chance to achieve much more. What exactly does your organization do? Maintaining order and safety. Naturally, you might compare us to a night watch. We use any methods we deem necessary to reach our goals. Who is Morrigan? She is our goddess, patron of the capital in the far north. You may know her as the goddess of destruction, death, and war, but we see her differently. To us, she's the patron of change, a promise of new beginnings, to build something new. Often, one must first clear away the old. No death without life, no life without death, as Morrigan teaches, and I agree. What about the worship of Morrigan? Morrigan is the goddess of death, yes, but that doesn't mean she seeks immediate destruction. Believe me, the more wicked the soul, the more eagerly Morrigan welcomes them. She has no interest in claiming the life of, say, a child. That's all I can tell you, birdie. The rest you'll have to discover on your own. I want to know who I'm serving. For now, you're serving me. You're answering to me. Forget the nonsense about cults and sacrifices to the goddess of death. Those are just stories peasants tell themselves to explain why bad things happen. In reality, it's nothing like that. So for now, just focus on your orders. Okay, so what do you mean by vermin? Some unsettling rumors have reached us. Whispers about a group attempting to walk in our boots. Crows don't like that kind of competition. I don't care if it's a flock of villagers who've decided it's their turn to play naughty, or some serious ruffians. Just get rid of them. For good. And where are we going? It's a watchtower, where bandits like us... where bandit groups like to hole up one after another. They come, they go, like in some damned tavern. It's high time we made ourselves a cozy little nest there instead. Any advice? Strike precisely and keep it clean. I have no interest in cleaning up anyone's guts. I'll be going then. Off you go, birdie. Okay, so we straight up unlocked a faction. And this place is not on our map either. So, sorry, well it is on our map, but we don't have a fast travel or a tag to let us know to come back here. Man, I hope I made the right choice there, because they're talking about goddesses of death and war and destruction, and they seem like just a shadow organization trying to manipulate the world in the back, behind the scenes. But Vidar lied to me. I'll have to just see how it works out. Maybe I made the wrong choice there. Maybe in all my subsequent playthroughs I'll do it differently. Alright, so we did finish Herber's quest. Thank God. Because I didn't even see that drop off. I was hoping... Let's go down here. I'm hoping there'll be a fast travel somewhere. There it is. That's what I was after. Let's make sure we don't lose where this was. It's around there somewhere. Alright, so let's go over to our quests. Shadow of the Horns is our main quest. That's where the captain went. So in the meantime, let's go tell Herba that we finished this thing and they called him an asshole. He honestly deserves it. I'm sure he's gonna take it badly, because again, he thinks he's the smartest man in the room, so... head on up here and give him his free ticket to disappointment, and then probably wrap the episode based on how long it's been going. It seems like I've got some exploring to do here, so... probably switch that on the in-between. I'll definitely do the main quest on camera, and maybe the cult stuff too. But I need to push down here and check some of this out before we go do Shadow of the Horns. I'll probably just explore this. And the same with this cave over here. I guess I'll do the... I'll stick the quests. I'll stick the quests for the series. That's no place for strays. That's right by a fast travel, actually. That's convenient. It's just the east gate. Yeah, we don't have that much to do anymore, I think. Probably closing in on the end of Act 1, actually. Okay, so let's pull this up. Rest until... he'll probably be up and about by 7:30 AM, I would hope at least. Yes, not locked anymore. Early bird gets the worm, Herba. About that druidic scroll.
Yes? How did it go?
The ritual was just a sick, juvenile joke by the druids.
Bastards. If this is how they behaved when they were all still alive, it makes more and more sense that people got fed up with them. But I don't get it, you know? Think about it. You have all this knowledge. You're practically a god among men, and yet you treat them like this. Why wouldn't you let the chosen few in on the secret? Why wouldn't you share the mystical arts?
You only think that because you believe yourself to be one of the chosen few.
How are we supposed to figure these things out for ourselves? It would have been beneficial for all of us if their writings, their rituals, and their deeds weren't written in code. If they were easier to understand.
They gave me this, a mistletoe.
Mistletoe? Really? They gave you mistletoe? Useless junk, and a parasite to boot. Really nice way of proving their point that we're unworthy of their knowledge.
One more thing. The cromlech changed after the ritual.
What? Changed? Changed how? Is it bad?
Well, it certainly doesn't look good. There might have been dark magic involved.
Oh no. No. This is... not good. Shit. We already have the undead, the Wyrdness, and the Del Rita to worry about. We don't need yet another problem on our hands. Besides, it's a known druidic site. What if news of something happening there reaches the Red Priests? They are ruthless in pursuing any remaining druids. If they find out about my interests, I'll be done for.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to make sure that they don't then, huh? So what do we do now?
We don't do anything, because I still can't leave the keep. You need to find a druid and make him reverse this somehow.
Do you have any idea where to look for a druid?
Two, actually, but they're nothing more than that. Ideas.
I know where one retired one is.
Dan's been patrolling the walls lately, though I doubt any druid would be foolish enough to hide this close to Camelot's biggest foothold in the south.
Actually, there is one.
Good luck. Please.
He's right underneath the keep on the beach.
Otherwise, I won't be able to focus. I just hope nobody gets seriously ill right now.
Yeah, I know exactly where he is, actually. I know just where that druid is. So we'll track that. Herba says I should find someone, the cromlech, back to its original state. Yeah, like I said, I know exactly where the druid for that is. He is right underneath the keep by the beach, because we already did the whole thing where we talked to the man on the walls. So I know exactly where he is. I just gotta remember how to get there. He's right down on the beach. I think we can get there through this gate if we run around. I think. Don't mind that. It's just a little smidge of damage. Yeah, I found him right down here on this beach. We follow this down and then we could have left after we're in the water. And it'll take us to a little hidden beach right under the keep. Right there. Because he told me all about himself and his past interests, shall we say. Look something real quick before I wrap up. We'll talk to him. We'll chit-chat to him before we wrap. So that's 114. That's good. 114. 114. 114. Venison stew is still 114. This is also venison stew. And this is 54. So we're not interested in beggar's fur. At least not for now. Alright, Dressed. About that ritual.
Oh, did you do it yet? And you followed the instructions? Didn't omit a thing?
Yes, I have. It wasn't funny. Well, actually, it was pretty funny.
I knew you were going to like it. I wish I'd made one like that myself, but there was never enough time. And then, well,
You have time now.
I do, but time is all I have now, along with my many regrets. Doesn't really set the right mood.
Oh, so I can't talk to you about it, after all? Well, shit. With him talking about the guy up on the walls, which is the guy who gave me that quest, I thought for sure that was where that was gonna be. Huh. Well, I suppose it could be a quest bug, but I was certain it would be him, because the guy up on the walls tells you about the lights down here, and that's your gameplay hint. Come down and talk to this guy. Maybe because I did that first before I got the one from Herba, it might be a little bugged. I don't know. I can see where he put his priorities for the female form. Alright guys, well since we're at a bit of a dead end here, that's probably where I'll just wrap this one up then. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.